What's going on, guys? Aarava here, and welcome back to a brand new video today, and welcome to a topical challenge here, because we're here at the Monaco Grand Prix, and we're going to be driving as Jenson Button in the McLaren Honda of 2017, using the 2017 mod for the 2016 game. And it's a topical challenge because, obviously, this weekend, Jenson's been drafted in for Fernando Alonso, who's taking part in the Indy 500, and the challenge is from going from last, which is P20 on the grid here in 2017, 2 points, because that's hopefully where, I hope at least, Stoffel, Vandoorne and Jenson Button want to end up being by the end of the real-life Monaco Grand Prix. So we're going to see if we can do it in-game here today. So here we are, last on the grid, P20, and we're revving up to 5 red lights for the Monaco Grand Prix. Can we try and get it into the points? We're underway. 5 red lights go out, and we'll see what we can do. Bit cautious going towards turn 1. We'll see how it goes, but we're going side by side already with Pascal Verlaine, who actually dives it down the inside of about 3 cars. I'm going to try and follow Pascal through here. Already gone down the inside of 3 cars. There's a Haas car of Grosjean there. Loses a bit of his front wing there into the first corner, so already up into P16, so already gained 4 positions, so we've only got 6 to go here this afternoon in Monaco to try and get points, but that's easier said than done. So right now we'll just tuck in behind Pascal Verlaine and see what we can do as we move on to the end of the opening lap in Sector 3 here, going towards Raskas, going to actually send it down the inside. Very, very awesome little move there. Late move, just caught Verlaine napping there down the inside, locked up a little bit. We made it work, no contact was made. Pretty damn nice move there, actually, to open things up. That was the first real overtake we made, because you can't really count the ones into turn 1. So nice stuff, up into P13 already making very, very good progress this afternoon. Obviously, I want to try and get all those slower cars, I say slower, technically slower than the McLaren Honda cars, out of the way, because then I can really get on to just getting down to the pace, trying to catch up to the kind of tail end of the points, which would be like the Force India cars, the Williams cars potentially. So we're right up now behind Kevin Magnussen. Obviously, Grosjean is already behind us, having lost his front wing in the opening lap. So can we try and get the Dane now on lap 3 as we go through swimming pool towards Raskas now? Can we maybe size up another move? We think better of it. We're going to go to the outside, switchback move, get a tighter line, get great drive off that corner, little lock up for good measure down the inside, and we have got that through the final corner. And so now we're up into P12, so we can already see points in sight up ahead of us now. And so the next car along will be our teammate Stoffel Vandoorne. So we'll have to try and keep it as clean as possible with our teammate. He won't probably give us an easy time, really, because both of us will want to try and get points. If we're talking more like real life, you know, McLaren have yet to score any points this season, unfortunately. So I suspect if in the real life Grand Prix, if Jenson and Stoffel came to head in the Grand Prix like maybe Jenson and Sergio did back in 2013, I think the same thing would sort of happen. They'd both be fighting very hard for position, because you know, it'd be a great honour to get the first points for the team, especially if for Stoffel, if Fernando's off in IndyCar. That'd be quite a good honour for him to get the first points for the team, which is unfortunately on a different subject, something I never thought I'd be saying, really. I really thought McLaren would have made a step up, but that's a different topic for a more serious sort of video. Let's get back to the action. We've closed up on Stoffel Vandoorne into Sector 3 now. We actually lost some time through the tunnel, but now getting it all back through the swimming pool chicane. And can we try and get it through to the Raskas once again? We've already made 2 moves in this section. Can we make another? We lock up on the left front, then the right front. We're going to try and go around the outside this time of Vandoorne. He leaves us the room. We go around the outside, side by side through the last corner. Lovely stuff there with Vandoorne. We'll go side by side, obviously equal power now. Honda v Honda down the back straight. So can we try and get this? He's going to have the inside line. We do a break early, do the switchback move, something I love to do. And here we go, side by side up the hill, and we'll just about get the momentum there, and we'll cut across, you know, in front of him, and we've got that position now up into P11. So we're now 1 place away from those elusive points today. But what a lovely bit of action there with our teammate Vandoorne. Didn't think that was actually going to be that aggressive of a fight there, but Vandoorne left the door open into the final corner, but then gave me a hard time going to turn 1. That was Stroll pitting there, so we're actually up into P8 as a few people have made an earlier pit stop than I intended. So now we're going to come in on the next lap, lap 8. So we'll follow in. I think this is Danica Fiat in the Toro Rosso car, obviously, and then I can see the Force India of, I think that will be Ocon there. So we'll be fighting the 2 Toro Rosso cars, maybe the 2 Force Indias, maybe Stroll as well in the Williams car, maybe for those points. We'll see. You know, I couldn't imagine, probably there might end up being a train towards the end of this race. I'm not too sure, but we're going to not lose any time, really. It's a kind of mediocre pit stop there, but we've not lost any positions, thankfully. No one behind us in the pit lane. So as we come out, actually, Stroll just about manages to pass us there. So I want to say we've sort of gained some time on Stroll there, I think. You know, we've definitely gained some time on Vandoorne, because if you look at the mini-map on the bottom left there, definitely that gap is a lot larger than what it was before the pit stop phases. So, interestingly enough, Stroll's on the soft tyres. I'm on super softs. I think Fiat up ahead is on super softs as well as Sergio Perez and Ocon. So, kind of weird to see Stroll and my teammate Vandoorne behind me on soft tyres, because it's only a 20-lap race here today. This is the challenge to make it that much harder. Obviously, making it a shorter race means the challenge is on to kind of get the move done early. You don't have all this waiting time to just bide your time to make the move later on in the Grand Prix, so I already need to get a move on here. At the moment we're in P15, but obviously remember there are a few people yet to make their pit stops, like I think Perez at this stage is still going on. Obviously some other cars that I don't know of yet that will still be going on, like also Carlos Sainz in the second Toro Rosso. But we're closing up on Stroll here on the outlap here, and he's actually locked up hugely there. So Stroll, we know he's been struggling in real life. We're going to send it down the inside of him, catch him napping just like we did at Berline. And I mentioned Stroll struggling there, nearly struggled completely into the barrier, locking up on the front right tyre quite dramatically. Nearly sent it to the same place where I think it was Verstappen in 2016, wasn't it, in his Red Bull car, sent it in free practice one, that same barrier in swimming pool. Obviously now in real life they've got even chunkier curbs there, so I hate to imagine what Stroll's AI car is going to be like in the brand new 2017 game come August there. If they want to model it realistically, they're going to have him kind of just locking up and crashing everywhere around Monaco, not having the best time in real life at the moment, you want to say. So now we're closing up on Fiat. We're in a train here of, looks like Fiat, Ocon, then Sainz, and then I think that's the next Force India as well. Oh, actually, I think that's a red car. I think that may be a Ferrari out of shape a little bit, out of order, of maybe potentially Raikkonen there, stuck behind maybe then that's Sergio Perez. I'm not too sure. That definitely looked like a red car up ahead. Very surprising to see, because I would have thought the two Ferrari cars would be fighting the two Mercedes up front at the moment. But obviously there may have been a little bit of mix-up in the pit stops. So we're closing up on Fiat as best we can, getting a bit of understeer into the left-hander as we see Sebastian Vettel setting the fast lap of the Grand Prix. So I imagine he's probably leading the Grand Prix as he set that quite early on. So he's already gone across the line then, that means. And now we're going to try and size up a move on Fiat. We've gone wide a little bit though. We've lost the back end. So I wanted to try and get a similar move done on Fiat like I tried earlier on, I think it was Magnussen, wasn't it? But I lost the back end, and this is actually going to help Lance Stroll come round the outside left-hand side. We defend well down the inside of turn one, but that's actually going to compromise us now as we run up the hill. That Williams car is going to use the Mercedes power. It's got to good effect. Comes round the outside, Lance Stroll does. So we're going to go side by side with the young Canadian. Put up a fight, but he comes across us very, very dangerously there and brake checks us, and we just have to back out that. Otherwise I would have definitely lost a bit of my end plate on the front right there. So really unfortunate. I tried to make the move on Fiat, lost the back end, and I ended up losing a position instead of gaining one. So now I'm kind of hustling Stroll very, very early on, straight away on lap 12 now, although getting a huge amount of understeer there in the dirt here on that left-hander, so we have to back out of that. But we get a good run now through the chicane. Can we try and make a move now as we go through to the last corner? Once again, sizing up this same traction going down the inside of Lance Stroll. This time I go very aggressive to cut him off at the apex on the exit of that corner as well, because I was fed up with the fact that he actually got me in the first place. I didn't want him to re-overtake me. I didn't imagine he would so, because it didn't seem like he had much pace there, but obviously that was my mistake, so I've corrected that now, re-overtaken, and we're back up into P12, but we're still 2 positions away. So now as we move on later on to the Grand Prix, lovely, lovely shot of those cars going through that chicane now, and we're closing up with Fiat once more on the end of lap 13, taking a purple sector there in sector 2, and now we're going to retry, take number 2, shall we, down the inside of Fiat in the same position. This time I don't lose the back end, very easily down the inside, but oh my god, we nearly smashed into the wall there on the right hand side, so we had to back out of that, actually lift off the throttle to make sure we didn't hit the wall, but we got that in the end. And so we're up into P11 now, so we are now 1 position off those elusive points, and it's 1 Esteban Ocon in the pink Force India that we have to try and overtake then. So as we move on to the next lap, lap 14, into sector 3, you can see some rain is coming down. I'm losing grip there, understeering hugely. You can see in the bottom right, I've already put it onto intermediate. DRS is disabled, so that definitely means it's time for inters on this game. As soon as DRS gets disabled, that's pretty much the game telling you it's time to come on to intermediate tyres, the green wall tyres. So we're going to come in, everyone's going to come in. I think a few people did stay out. I think the Toro Rosso Fiat stayed out, because you can see his teammate Sainz just came in, so the team didn't want to obviously double stack there, which may hinder Fiat quite a lot there, but we've not lost any time, thankfully. So we are going to come out straight behind Esteban Ocon, so that's going to be the same person we have to overtake for points, but it's not done yet, and it's maybe going to be a little bit tricky. I'm not too sure, and the wet conditions, I'm not too sure. I think I maybe prefer the dry conditions to make the overtake work. I think this may be a little bit trickier for me to make this work, because just generally it's going to be a bit more slippery out there. It's going to be very easy to make a mistake, but saying that though, straight at the pits looks like we've actually gained a little bit on Ocon through that left-hander, so he's not too comfortable going through Casino Square. So as we go through Mirabeau now towards one of the slowest corners, or the slowest corner in Formula 1, they're hairpin down to first gear, even neutral for me as I go down one too many gears there. And we're right up the gearbox of the Frenchman in the Force India. Can we try and suss up a move as we go through the tunnel? We're going to lose the back end, unfortunately, in third gear. And so he's going to gain some time through the tunnel. So we're going to have to just sit patiently. But we've not got many laps left, unfortunately. Only 5 laps left to make this a successful challenge and not fail this challenge to get points in Monaco from P20 with Jenson Button. So I need to make sure I don't waste too much time kind of dawdling around behind Ocon trying to size up a move. Obviously, especially at Monaco, I feel more so than any other kind of place, tunnel vision is definitely a thing. So like the laps will just fly by in a second, really. So we need to try and get this done earlier than later. Maybe we can size something up here. Ocon's gone a little bit deep and wide into Raskas. We'll go down the inside of him into the final corner. He's going to leave us the room, actually, thankfully. So he has the respect for us. We go side by side. He's going to have, obviously, the better advantage down this main straight, obviously, with the Mercedes engine. He has got it ahead of us, so we have to stick behind. So that's just really unfortunate, obviously. The Honda engine, you know, versus Mercedes, we have really no chance there. But we went for it for sure. But, you know, that's definitely not going to be a place we make the overtake. So as we move on to the next lap, lap 17, through the first corner, can we try and maybe make a move into Sector 1 or Sector 2? That may be the better place to make the pass. We go through to Casino. Previously, Ocon was struggling through here, and he's struggling again. We go side by side. Lovely little move. So close between our side pod and the left front tyre of our car. We're still side by side. We go down towards Mirabeau. We've got the inside line, though, so we should be able to force him out onto the wide line, down to the hairpin, and we have got that move. Park the boss on the apex, and we have got that move done. We're up into P10, and that will be officially 1 point at the Monaco Grand Prix, and we see that through because we come through to lap 20. After 20, we can see Sebastian Vettel has won the Monaco Grand Prix here in this kind of quote-unquote simulation of the Monaco Grand Prix, although it won't be raining in the real-life weekend, but we've managed to successfully do that challenge, get points in Jenson Button's McLaren. Guys, if you have enjoyed that video, hit that like button for me. Let me know what you thought in the comments below. If you're new around here, then do get subscribed for weekly F1 content, and let me know your predictions. And do you think McLaren can do this challenge in real life? Do you think Button or Vandoorne will be getting points this weekend? Maybe I've just jinxed it with this entire video. We'll see. But once again, if you have enjoyed it, hit that like button. Let me know what you thought. I'll see you guys next time. Hope you enjoyed the rest of your day. Goodbye.